Blastazard 1 here, and today we're going to be talking about Pokemon. Yes, the amazing story of Pokemon. And I've been with Pokemon since the first game, since the first 151, and I have loved every game since. With the new additions of Pokemon X and Y, I'd like to talk about 10 of the worst Pokemon in X and Y first. And there's only 69 Pokemon, yes, 69 added to the new Pokemon game. And that's not much, but I'm only picking 10 of them. So from the Kalos region, 10 worst Pokemon. That's it. I have a couple rules really fast outlining what the standard is. So, boom. Okay, quick rules. No Pokemon in different groups. Each one has to be in the same evolution group, and no Megas and no other extensions of a Pokemon like other evolutions that have been added. Number 10, Bunnelby and Diggersby. Now, I really have nothing wrong with this Pokemon. This should show how good Generation 6 is, but I mean, it's just a generic bunny. That's all there is to it. Like, just look at it, and you're like, this is the most normal thing they can possibly come up with. They didn't even try. And with Diggersby, I don't know, it just looks like a drunk uncle of Baneri. So the whole time, he's just walking around the Kalos region. I'm like, you're a hobo of the Pokemon world. But I mean, hey, that's the only thing I have to really talk about him. But anyway, moving on. Number 9. Now, with this one, I kind of had trouble because it seems a little bit controversial, but bear with me because it's not really in the game at all. And number 9 is Zygarde, and the only reason is because you just never see it until the end, and it's just kind of there in a cave, and it's like, oh, hey, Zygarde, and the typing on it just seems a little bit off with Dragon Ground, and I feel like they're going to do something with it, but if they don't, then that type is kind of lame. I'm sorry, but it is. And I feel like Pokemon Z is going to change this, obviously, but until then, I'm going to keep it here because it hasn't done anything to prove otherwise. Number 8, Fennekin, Braxian, and Dufox. Now, I know what you're thinking, like, but honestly, I don't like this Pokemon. It's not my favorite out of all 3 starters. I always have one that I don't like. I loved the ideas at the beginning that Fennekin was going to be firefighting. I was so ready for that because I saw these designs and everything that Fennekin was going to get, and instead he became a she-male wizard fox. And I was just like, okay, that's cool, I guess. But I mean, just check out some of these designs and you will see, I'm right. Boom. It just missed the mark for me, and that's the only reason why. Fennekin's great, but its evolutions, nope, don't cut it for me. Sorry. Number 7, Esper and Meowstic. Now, this Pokemon really is interesting to say. I mean, first time in the wild I saw it, and I was just like, ah, get away from me. And it just has beady eyes that just stare at you forever. And I mean, the thing has good evolutions. I mean, it has a female and a male evolution, but the problem is those eyes just stare at me at night that I couldn't have it in my party whatsoever. So that is the reason I don't like Esper. Sorry. Number 6, Bergmite and Avalugg. Now with this Pokemon, I saw it in a cave and I was just like, that's a piece of ice, and that's all there is to it. Like, that's it. And then I leveled it up, and the evolution was pretty cool with Avalugg. But then the gym leader, the 8th gym leader, that was his main Pokemon, and I really didn't like the 8th gym leader at all. He was so easy to beat, and for that reason alone, I know it's dumb, but for that reason, that's why. Boom. Number 5. On this one, I wasn't sure what to do because I was really conflicted, but number 5 is Phantump and Trevenant. And this Pokemon does a very good job at being what it is, a ghost type. So I give that credit, but it says in the Pokedex entry it is a possessed soul of a child inside it. That's weird. I mean, he's got an amazing shiny form. That's cool and all, but that's weird. I mean, this is just the dead soul of a child walking around in Pokemon. That's not something I want to wake up to. That's probably what Esper's seen. That's what those eyes are from, man. Number 4, Clauncher and Clawtisser. Now, I may sound a little bit crabby on this one, but it's just a water type. That's it. And we don't need another generic water type. Like, we had the dragon poison type, and that's amazing. But instead, we didn't get a dark water type. And why not Clauncher for dark water? You know, why not? But instead, it evolved and it had a big hand. I've seen this before. This is Krabby and Kingler. It's not, no, lame. Number 3. Now this one's kind of the same as Zygarde, same premise at least, and it's Carbink. And the reason is because Carbink is just wasted potential. I mean, this thing is a rock fairy type, and anything that's fairy had, evolutions and showed new things, but instead it didn't do anything. So I think there is going to be an evolution for Carbink, and then it'll completely just be zapped off this list, and it may be a favorite. I don't know what it'll evolve into, but every rock type evolves, and this one didn't, and it left me completely disappointed. Number 2, Swirlix and Slurpuff. And look at this, you just see it in the wild. Oh, cute little cotton candy Pokemon, sweet. I wonder what you evolve into. Ah! No! Yes, Darth Vader, yes, Slowpoke. Look at this thing, it's disgusting. I don't know why. You could have made it a bigger cotton candy, or 2 cotton candies like Vanillix. No one would care. I mean, everybody would call you lame, but at least it wouldn't look like this. This is gross. And why it isn't number 1, I will explain in a second. Number 1. Now, other people might see this Pokemon differently, but every time I see it, I just go, and it's Sprizzy and Aromotes. I'd never learned how to pronounce it, but look at this thing. It's just got a big nose and pink wings, and then what does it evolve into? A bigger big thing with the poofy dress. That's all there is to it. Like, this is the only thing they could do. I was trading with my friend, and I got it from him. And I saw it, and just immediately I threw my DS down because I was just like, no, that's not a Pokemon. I don't want it anymore, and I immediately traded it back. So that's number 1. Sorry if it was anticlimactic. I will be doing a follow-up video for the best Pokemon in X and Y to be on the positive side, because I know this one I was kind of trashing some of the Pokemon, and I would love to get feedback on any parts of the video you didn't like, or parts of the video that you did like and you like me to keep doing. Always, this is Blastazard1, and thank you for watching. Feel free to like or subscribe. Bye.